Stayed home this week. That's not being very cheerful, is it? I mean, if your company came to give you your paycheck and was like, here you go, but, I guess you were here every day. Go ahead. You better hurry up and cash it before I cancel it, though. You won't feel very good, would you? Of course not. So then why would you do that to God?
Come on.
Now you want me to be really real with you? When it comes to your tithing, you're not supposed to tithe on your net. That's what you take home. That's because Uncle Sam, Uncle Joe, and Uncle Tom took theirs first. But you still made your gross. So if you gross $400, you give $40 in your tithe. It don't matter if you took home $350, you don't give $35, you give $40. Let me take you to school. If you feel like you don't need to do that, don't. But when you file your taxes and you get a big return, you better get that 10% ready. If you made $1,000 on your tax return, I expect to see a $100 bill in that tithing envelope for you on that Sunday.
Come on.
Am I making sense? Is this thing on? See, nobody likes to be told what to do with their money. That's their money. But God is telling you what to do. Because see, if you don't, challenge God. I promise you, you will lose. And I'm not talking about losing the challenge. I'm talking about losing your job.
Come on.
I'm talking about losing your career. I'm talking about God will take the money out of your pockets and you'll never know what it feels like to have money again if you think God is playing around with you. But that's why he said, I will bless the cheerful giver. I may not make a lot of money, but every time I get a $5 bill in my pocket, I get that 5 cents ready. You see what I'm saying? Every time somebody blesses me with a $100 bill, 10 of it comes out. I'm not playing. Because I don't want to begrudge God's spirit. I don't want to begrudge his word. He says, I tell him I'm going to be faithful and I'm going to acknowledge you. But the only way I can do that is to acknowledge every single word that is in this book. If you can't acknowledge every single word, then what are you doing here? This ain't a book of maybe I could or maybe I shouldn't, or a book of, let's take out verse 4. No, can't do that. So we'll go from 3 and then we'll go to 5. If 5 says that's when the blessings come, so we'll go to 5 and 6 says the wrath. No, with that wrath stuff, man. You keep that up. That's not how it works. You know how many times, Brother Jesse, I have people come up to me and ask me about a certain subject, and I won't even say what subject, because there's a lot of them. I get one that's more synonymous with anything, but there's a lot of people that have come up to me and say, hey, brother, do you believe that if I do fornication, that I'm still going to go to heaven? Because I go to church every Sunday now. I bring some gifts that God gave me, and I give them back to him every Sunday, Wednesday too. Matter of fact, I was even at Friday night prayer. Remember, you saw me. So, if I fornicated this weekend with somebody I'm not married to, am I going to still go to heaven? And you know what they want me to tell them? Yeah. What you look like. Right? But I can't do that. And so because of that, I literally do not have any friends. Why? Because they want me to compromise with them. They want to compromise with what's in the Word. And they want me to back them up because I'm a man of God and say, yes. And so they think that when they get to heaven, they can say, yeah, but Prophet Adam said, I'll still get here. So you have to let me in. How many of you know Jesus will look at them and laugh and say, depart from me, you who works iniquity. I don't see Prophet Adam anywhere around here, do you? I don't see him anywhere near you. Oh, he's here, but he's on the inside. He ain't coming out to speak on your behalf. Depart from me. So if you want to nitpick the good stuff and leave out the bad stuff, go ahead. but don't expect to see the kingdom of God. Don't expect to see the pearly gates. And I'm sorry if I offend you, but I'm not sorry at the same time. Because see, I can't do what I like to call, and it's happening more and more into the churches. You know what's happening more and more in the churches? They're becoming Willy Wonka preachers. You know what that means? They sugarcoat everything. Didn't we just talk about how sugar is bad for your body? It's bad for your spiritual body too. That means they come in and say, you want to do it or you fornicate? I mean, say 3 Hail Marys and 3 Our Lord of Graces and you'll be all right. Oh, you did it what? Again? We talked about it last time, but it's okay, man, in Jesus' name, right? That's not how it works. Man cannot forgive you of your sin. Only God can. Amen. Only God can. The Bible says, confess with your mouth. Resolution number 5, do not despise the Lord's discipline. Verse 11 says, do not despise, my son, do not despise the Lord's discipline and do not resent his rebuke. Because the Lord disciplines those he loves. As a father, the son he delights in. Amen. Now, will you make the changes that you were prompted to make? Will you even try to make the changes you promised God you would make? Because see, it's going to be between you and God. Now, I don't call it a New Year resolution. I call it growing with God. Amen. See, because if I'm growing, I can't look at the same thing I did yesterday. Nope. If I'm growing, I don't fit into the same shirt I wore last year. Literally, because I'm growing. But some not just tall, wide. But if I'm growing in God, I can't read John 3:16 the same way I did when I was 8 years old. The same way I read it when it made a lot of sense to me, I cannot make it make the same sense today that it did 10 years ago or even 6 months ago. Why? Because I'm growing. I'm getting more and more wisdom, more and more knowledge. That's why. So if you're growing, then stop waiting for the small morsel. Stop waiting for the tiny blessings and start expecting the great blessings. Start expecting the big miracles. Start expecting to see cancer leave your body. Start expecting to see all these different ailments taken away. And come on, somebody get a hold. If you are growing in God, then you can expect God to give you, because he said, I will give you the desires of your heart. But guess what he also says about the heart? He says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth shall speak. What are you speaking today? Amen. You know what? Let me go to the next step. How many here got a Facebook? Oh, y'all better all raise your. I see them. And the one in the back, I'm like, I mean, when you say Facebook, do you mean like the Facebook or like, how many of you have a Facebook? Get a hold of this. Facebook is your pulpit. What is your message? Ooh-wee. Let me say it to this side. Facebook is your pulpit. Now, what is your message? In other words, are you posting things about God? Or are you posting, oh my God, this girl at work is so stupid. I swear she's so, if she gets fired, I'm going to be so happy. Somebody call my job and tell them. No, but don't say I told you. Just somebody call them. You guys sound familiar? I don't know why I resort to a female voice every time I just do it. It's weird. Let God be God and every man a liar. But did you see what I'm saying? Are you posting that? Oh my God, another day. This is so dumb. I wish they would give me a raise already. You know what? Go find somewhere else to work. My goodness, if it's that bad, move on. Do you see what I'm saying? Andy Mineo is a Christian rapper. And he had a song. I don't really like a lot of his songs anymore. I used to, but But he had a song. And the thing he said is the best thing I've ever heard. I think you already know what I'm going to say. He said, face your problems. Don't Facebook your problems. Don't nobody want to hear that, because see, what happens is we put all our problems on Facebook, or we'll put on there, oh my goodness, this is my favorite one. This is, right, you might know you've seen one even today. This is my favorite post on Facebook that people put. You ready? Please pray for us, but I'm not going to tell you why. How many of you know out of the 153 comments on there, 152 of them are saying, why? What happened? It's none of your business. You just made it my business. You just brought me in your life. What about it's none of my business? You just said yeah, you need Jesus. I feel like putting that every time. You just need Jesus. Those are exclamation points. And then I go to post it, and he yells at me. Don't do that. How do you know what I was doing? Don't overlook my shoulder. Facebook is your pulpit. What is your message? What sermon are you preaching today? Are you preaching life, or are you preaching death? The power of the tongue is the most powerful weapon on the face of this planet. The tongue, it can speak life and it can speak death. I thought this was the mic. And I'm sweating, that's why. In Jesus, that's in 3D right there. In Jesus' name. See, the water magnified it. In Jesus' name. That's just my point. Oh, it's just my point. See, I did it again. Let me drink this water. Sorry. Somebody laugh so I can drink more water. Y'all are crazy. Crazy for Jesus. Amen. Resolution number 6. Search diligently for wisdom and then find it. Number 13 says, blessed is the man who finds wisdom, the man who gains understanding. 14. For she is more profitable than silver and yields better returns than gold. She is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her. Long life is in her right hand. In her left hand are riches and honor. Let me stop there. That's why when and I know Brother Jesse knows this, and I know a lot of leaders know this, but for those of you that don't know, out of the right hand comes what? Riches and honor. Say that loud. Blessings. Right? Because the Bible says it right here. In her right hand is long life. So life, virtue, that comes out of your right hand. So when you're praying for somebody for something that they need in their life or in their virtue, that you want God's virtue to flow through, you use your right hand. Out of your right hand. And out of your left hand comes what? Riches and honor, right? So when you're talking that you want somebody to bless them financially, you bless them with your left hand. How many of you ever heard that old saying, if your left hand itches, don't scratch it? Because that means what? Money's coming your way. I scratch it every time because you know what? And the 3 times I did it, ain't no money come my way. Watch me scratch it. No money come my way. I saw a penny on the ground one time. I was like, oh. I'm just playing. It was a dime. But that's not the important thing. Let's move on. 17. Her ways are pleasant ways, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those who embrace her. Those who lay hold of her will be blessed. By wisdom, the Lord laid the earth's foundations. By understanding, he set the heavens in place. Number 20. By his knowledge, the deeps were divided, and the clouds let drop the dew. My son, preserve sound judgment and discernment. Do not let them out of your sight. They will be light for you, an ornament to grace your neck. 23. Then you will go on your way in safety, and your foot will not stumble. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sleep. There is no stopping us. We must find it. We have to find it. Diligently seek wisdom. Wisdom. The Bible says my people suffer from lack of knowledge. Knowledge is wisdom. Wisdom is knowledge. This is the wisdom and the knowledge that you need. My people suffer from lack of wisdom. But you have the tool in the palm of your hand to have the wisdom. So why could you sit there and say that I'm suffering when I have the tool? Come on. But if I don't pick it up, if I don't open it, if I don't read it, then what good is it? Right? It's up to you. Now, what is wisdom? Wisdom has two groups of characteristics in it. The first one is information. The second one is know-how. I know how, right? That's wisdom. I know how to do that at my job because they trained me. So now I have the wisdom or the know-how to do it. I have the information it takes to turn the machine on, and I have the know-how or the wisdom to be able to operate the machine. Does that make sense? Do an analogy of a farmer with a tractor in a field. Now, he must have the right equipment and materials. You know, he must have the gas, the plow, or whatever it is he's using. But he still must know what to do and what not to do with it. When to use it, when not to use it. Where to use it and where not to use it if he's going to be a successful farmer. Now, verse 13 through 20 talks about those characteristics of wisdom which deal with knowledge, learning, information, intelligence, data, facts, intellect, and experience. Even in the army, right? They go and they send somebody there to do, what do they call that? To get intel. In other words, intel is a synonym, is that the word I'm looking for? Of wisdom. So they got to have knowledge. They got to have intel. Oh, yeah. It's kind of like when she don't like when I do this one, but I love it. So it's like when Elijah was going over and see that God was telling them where the Syrian king and the Syrian army was going to attack Israel. So Elijah would go over to Israel and tell them, hey, man, hey, they're going to come over from 38th. Yeah, go down 44th. All right. Right. Well, then, what happened was somebody told the Syrian king that it was Elijah that was running his job, right? That's not how it says it in the Bible. That's just how I pictured it in my mind. That's what Elijah, so Elijah's servant was there, right? And he comes out of his tent, okay? Or out of his trailer, whatever. And he's looking all around, and the Syrian army had surrounded Elijah's tent. And his servant went in there, looked up all around, and he was like, whoa, hey, there you are. Hey, God bless. God. So he goes into the tent, you know, and he wakes up Elijah. He says, hey, man, wake up. They here to bump us off, man. They here to take us out, baby. And Elijah looks at him, real calm, stretches out. He's like, oh. He's got that morning breath. What? They can do what? Man, let me see what they talking about. Let me see what we talking about. So Elijah goes out and he looks all around the mountains and the valleys. And he looks at his servant and he says, man, there is more with us than there are against us. Elijah's servant looks at him and he says, man, you've been drinking? Ain't nobody but you, me, and these mules are the only ones here, baby. We're talking about more with us. And so Elijah prayed that the eyes of his servant would be open and that he could see into the spirit realm. And as he opened his eyes in the spirit realm, he looked all around him and he saw angels sitting on chariots of fire, waiting to attack the king of Israel. Oh man, come on, somebody. He was waiting to command them and tell them to take out the Syrian army. When you're facing your problem today, tomorrow, the next day, remember that there are more with you than there are against you. Let the talkers talk. Let the haters hate. Let the manipulators manipulate. Stand true to the word of God and will keep your foot from being snared. Amen. Now, do you live in fear, depression, or anxiety? Think there is a catch to everything that you do in your life? There's a catch. Oh, well, if I go this way, I know there's going to be a cop there. I better not speed. If I go this way, I know that pothole's there. Is there a catch to everything that you do in your life? No, there's not. And if there is, and you think that there is, then you need Jesus. Come on. Okay, maybe you don't, but you need God. You can't always go into life with anxiety. My brother is sitting here today because he got released from the spirit of anxiety that it tortured him his whole life. Whole life. And he finally said, you know what, God, get this out of me. He could not sit in a church because there was too many people. Too anxiety would kick in, and it feels like the walls are coming down around you, and it feels like your heart's going to explode, and you have a headache, and you get blurred vision. Hey, man, I've been there. I know you don't think that I would have anxiety because I don't know how to shut up, but I have it. I had to deal with it. But this man had it so bad, they were medicating him. Until God stepped in. It's like this pastor always says, but God had the final word. But God took it away. But God created healing. But God made him anew. I'm almost done. Number 8, do not withhold good from those who deserve it. Number 27 says, do not withhold good from those who deserve it. When it is in your power to act, do not say to your neighbor, come back later, I'll give it tomorrow, when you now have it with you. How many times do we do that? We're all guilty. Don't raise your hand because I can see it. Somebody said, hey man, you got like $2 I can borrow for gas? I mean, come back in an hour. Let me see if I got it. The Bible says to be a lender, not a borrower. If you have it in your pocket, baby, you better give with a cheerful heart. Give with a cheerful heart. They're talking about $2 for gas. Oh, shoot, man. All I got is 20, man. God bless you. Amen. It means more to them than it does to you. Come on. There was this comedian that he said one day, he said, you know, all these times when I come out this store, there's bums always hitting people up for money. He said, so finally one day, I'm walking by and the bum says, hey man, you got a quarter for a sandwich? So I looked at that man and said, if you know where I can get a sandwich for a quarter, let's go, I'll take you with me. I want one too. In other words, ain't no such thing as a quarter sandwich. The point is this, if you have a gift, let me share something with you. I didn't know this was going to happen. Let me share something with you. You know those the men and women that sit on the side of the highway? And you can judge them all you want, but you're not a judge. Right? Because you're a Christian. So I know you ain't judging them. But you know there was one time that I was drunk, and every time I see him, if I have it, I give it. I don't care if it's even $1. I will give it. If it's change that I gathered in my little armrest, I pull it out and I will give it. Because, let me tell you why. There was one time that I seen somebody standing there, and I had a $10 bill and I had a $1 bill. I thought I gave him the 1. It was the 10. And she looked at me with such a face of gratitude that it melted my heart. Yes, yes. I have 3 kids at home, and I lost my job because my husband just passed away and I couldn't get to work. I had to do the funeral, so they fired me. This is enough to feed us. I go, how is $10 enough to feed you and 3 kids? She said, I'm going to go buy 5 packs of ramen noodles, and we're going to ramen it up tonight. Come on. And we're going to have full bellies, all of us. And I started to cry. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go to the ATM, and I'm going to get more cash for you. And then I'm going to take you home. And we're going to feed these babies.
Amen.
Right? So check this out. I go to the ATM. I come back. She's still there. I had $100. I said, here, and it was my last $100 bill. I gave the $100 bill. I said, let's go. She says, oh no, I can't get in your car. I don't take rides with strangers. I just gave you $110, baby. You better get in the car. No, I'm kidding. I was like, I can respect that. I can respect that. You want me to call you a cab? I'll pay for it. She goes, no, I live within walking distance. I said, okay. She said, I will be here tomorrow, though. And I said, okay, I'm going to come by tomorrow. I'm going to check on you. I went back that next day. She wasn't there. Somebody else was. And I said, where's the lady that was here yesterday? This time it was a guy. Now hold on and put your seatbelts on because you're about to hear a miracle. Where's the lady that was here yesterday? He goes, what lady? Well, there was a lady here yesterday. He goes, I was here yesterday. I go, come on, bro. No, you weren't, man. There was a lady here. I gave her a $10 bill, and then I went to the ATM. I took $100 out, and I gave it to her, and I gave her $110. He goes, you can give it to me. Stop. Who is it that was here at this exact time yesterday? He goes, brother, I'm telling you, God is my witness. I was here from 7 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. I never left here. First thing was, I got upset. Where did my money go? Right? Right away, our carnal mind get into smoking. Who did I give my money to? Maybe I was on the other highway exit. I don't know. Maybe I'm twisted. But when you give a $100 bill out, you know where you gave it. You lose a $100 bill. You remember? Oh no, I was standing right here when I had it. Who took it? And then I remembered a scripture in the Bible that says you never know when you're entertaining an angel. Amen. That night was the 3rd of the month, and I was short on my rent. Not just because I gave the 100, but that didn't help, obviously. I was short $200 or $240 something on my rent. And I don't know if you are like I am. You probably aren't. And God bless you because you're not, because you don't want to be like me. I don't check my mail ever, right? Because I ain't never want but bad news. Like, man, no, I don't want your credit card. Yes, I know I owe you. You know what I mean? It's like, so I had to file bankruptcy. Now I don't get anymore. But anyway, so I didn't check my mail hardly. So finally, I was driving into my townhome, and I said, I'm going to check the mail. I checked the mail, and it was full. I mean, I was like, trying to, pull a piece out to loosen up and then get the next one out. Finally I said, I'm going to rip it out. Ripped it all out, because 19 of them were them sale papers they send you on Sundays, right? So I pulled it all out, and I'm going through, and I'm throwing the trash away. And as I'm sorting through it, this there, that's, I guess I could read that, take that. What is this? It's a white envelope. It's got my name on it. It's got my address, but no return address. Is this anthrax? Not anthrax. I'm gonna open it. I opened it up, and as I unfolded it, as I unfolded, it was a check. It was for $600. Not only did I have enough to pay my rent, but I was broke and I couldn't afford to feed my kids. Amen. Well, now I have money to feed my kids because you know why? I fed God's sheep.
Praise God.
And God gave it back to me. I finally started to read the letter that was with it. If you don't think this is God, get out. No, I'm kidding. Let me show you what God did. I had bought a car 10 years prior. Paid it off. Had the title and everything. Wrecked it. Totaled it. I haven't had it for like 2 years. You know what that check was for? Overpayment of a car loan that I had 10 years prior. Now, I don't know what bank you go to, but no bank of mine has ever given me money back because it's bank error. That only happens on Monopoly. I love that car. Bank error, your favorite, $175. Whoa! I can buy that property now. Yes. I have never had a bank error in my favor. What had happened, I guess, in the physical realm, this bank that I bought my car from got bought out by another bank, and as they were doing the audit, they found all these overpayments and sent them out. But what I saw was jibber jabber in the name of Jesus, receive it.
Come on.
You never know when you're entertaining an angel. I didn't have any fear that day. And I followed what the Holy Spirit told me to do. And I did, and God blessed me. Amen. But I gave with a cheerful heart. Amen. Number 9, do not plot harm against your neighbor. We went over that one earlier. Do not plot harm against your neighbor who lives truthfully, trustfully near you. Do not accuse a man for no reason when he has done you no harm. That would be like the tax man, right? Or that frenemy you have at work, right? That's after your position. Did you see what she did the other day? She done messed it all up. Right? They go rat on you for everything. Oh, he took the bathroom break 5 times last hour. Did you watch? I know somebody that did. It's like, what?
That's weird.
That's that frenemy that you have at work, right? That co-worker that loves you as much as you love yourself, right? Number 10, do not envy a violent man or choose any of his ways. Verse 31, do not envy a violent man or choose any of his ways. 32, for the Lord detests a perverse man, but takes the upright into his confidence. Now this one's going to hurt a little bit. Watch what you watch on TV this year.
Amen.
Satan is perverting you and yours through